Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Life episode 439.
Exclusive.
Xbox exclusive. I am one of your hosts, Brun BJ Swick33, and along with me are the two wonderful hosts that I get to share every Sunday with Mark Wingman709.
Good day.
And Rob, also known as Presar.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So we'll get to why we, had to have a little fun there for a little bit. And I forgot that I didn't update 438 to 439, so I'm glad I remembered. I'm like, wait, that's not right.
But so. You didn't change it on the Twitch page.
Ah, I didn't.
I just noticed as I logged in.
All right. Whoops. All right. We'll update that right now. Update information. Okay.
Exclusive.
So,
yep. These changes are exclusive to TXL.
Yeah. And they seem to be exclusive every episode.
So
400 in.
Audio too loud. Exclusive.
not
Coughing
this week.
In microphone. Exclusive.
That's
it. Everything we do from now on, everything that we do wrong or even though we do right, it's all exclusives. Yeah. They're not mistakes.
Yeah. So hopefully I kind of checked the audio and stuff last week. It sounded like it was okay. There might be a part here and there. Somebody did mention on Twitter, it's like, I've been listening to you guys for a long time, and you guys always still seem to have problems with, technical problems or whatever. The only thing I can say with that is this is a hobby, and I don't have IGN money and can't put that much into it. Even though I think we're all running like, $300-400 worth of equipment, we are still also across the country in 3 different channels and going crazy. But we do try our best, and we do try not to have issues. So hopefully this week the audio should all be nice and level.
They're not issue. They're exclusives.
Yeah. So this week, obviously, Xbox E3 press conference was a couple hours ago. We're going to go over that, and we're going to get right to it. So nothing we've been playing. Everybody knows this xboxlife.com/Patreon gets you into our Patreon if you'd like to share there, or if you'd like to donate, you can go to this xboxlife.com/donate. But we have multiple people do that, and we greatly appreciate it. We also, after our topic here, we're going to give away our 3 separate individual $60 codes for people to go buy themselves a game. So one's going to be here for people in Twitch based on a raffle. One is from Facebook, and one is for a Patreon subscriber. So everybody who's in chat right now, welcome. Be prepared. And you can only win once. So if you win one, if you're in the Facebook, you win the Facebook, and you're also in the chat, and you try to win the chat, we will draw another one. You get one. So if that's cool with everybody, I know our community.
I don't care if it's not cool. It's the way it is.
Yep. Well,
in other words, we already have drawn winners for Patreon and Facebook.
Yeah.
So, and from what I can tell, I won't say anything, but yeah. You can't win twice.
Can't win twice
tonight.
Yeah.
Because there's a very good chance that the other winners might be in Twitch tonight. So.
Yeah. But all right. So let's get to it. E3 recap. Exclusive. So before we go into let's go over our predictions. We can talk one thing at a time. We did our predictions, and so Mark, do you want to do the rundowns real quick?
I'll be so happy to do this.
Okay.
So we're going to start out on the Scorpio release and price.
Mm-hmm.
So Brun said October 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also said a price of $399.
Yep.
Rob also said October 17th.
November.
But he had a price of $499. Ding, 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 ding. So Rob gets half a point. Ooh, I'm going to keep track. All right. So
I don't think we have
let's
to keep
see.
track of points. We know who won.
We already know who won.
We already know who won.
Yeah,
It's not going to his head, is it?
I
No.
said November
Sony won.
7th.
No, I'm just kidding.
I said November 7th for the release. Ding, 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 ding. And I also said $4.99. Ding, ding, ding. Full point for Mark. The next one I have listed is that I said Crackdown would get a release day and date on the same as Scorpio. Ding, ding, ding. That is true. Crackdown 3 is being released November 7th. Braun, you get a point. You also said the same thing. So ding, ding, ding. Rob said major chunk of games will be shown on Scorpio.
Oh, yeah.
I
They all
would
were.
say that's probably true.
Yeah, that's true.
I know they talked about 4K. I think they said something at the beginning about, I don't know if everything was on Scorpio hardware, but everything was in 4K.
Yeah, everything was in 4K and stuff like that. It was pretty much mimicking Scorpio. They even had a 4K screen there at the thing, so Rob's definitely right on that.
Wasn't it in the lower right? It said something like enhanced Scorpio enhanced or something like that.
Well, they were
Xbox.
those games would be enhanced, so you can get them on the Xbox One or the Xbox One S, and then you could get the same game that would be enhanced with 4K, HDR, all that stuff, or Ultra HD or whatever they're calling it, on the Xbox One X. Which you know what? We'll talk about that name in a minute, but I'm still calling it Scorpio. I'm sticking to Scorpio.
Rob was right on that. We'll give him that one.
Yes,
absolutely.
ding, ding, ding. I said original Xbox games, backward compatibility. Boom, dude! I couldn't believe it when he said that. When he brought up the backward compatibility, and I was like, and he's like, we got an announcement. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna, and he did. I was like, oh my gosh, because that was like, dude, I was just fishing for something.
We saw that coming.
Yeah, I like the way they showed it too. It was pretty cool. Like up on the screen, they did like the Xbox, like the way the original Xbox started up with the explosions and stuff.
Logo, yeah, that was cool.
It was pretty cool.
And the place went nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the haters can say, "Oh, who wants to play old games?" But guess what? You're paying $20 a month to Sony to play old games because there's no new ones on that service.
And plus, it's Crimson Skies, which is funny. He's like, I get asked all the time about this game. It's Crimson Skies. I'm like, hey, pretty cool. But somebody did mention KOTOR, and that's what I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to find that game. So, yep.
So big ding 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 there. My next one, I said digital rental for games. Bzz. I did get that one wrong. Ron said friends and family game sharing. At least as far as we know. I mean,
next year.
I will say, but on some of these things, in E3s in the past, we usually find stuff out the rest of the week because not everything is announced or fits into the show. So we may see something along that line still. Rob said Shadow Complex 2. Braun said an Xbox One emulator on PC. Gunny Chief said Forza 7 Scorpio launch title. I don't know if we got a date. I didn't recall seeing a date.
It's day and date. It's November 7th.
Ding, ding, ding. Good job, Gunny Chief. And then all three of us said VR on Scorpio and mixed reality, Fallout 4 VR. It wasn't there.
They said they weren't, right? Wasn't there some
they
kind
said
of...
they weren't. And I remember last week when we went through this list, I added my name because I was like, no, I don't think they're going to do it. And then after we recorded, I think they came the very next day and said they weren't doing any VR.
Yeah.
Right.
But I threw my name on here because I'm like, last E3 they did this thing and they had the Todd Howard on and talking about True VR and Fallout 4, and we know Fallout 4 VR is coming. So it wasn't in today's show, but Bethesda is going on at some point tonight. I thought it was right now, but Brun said it's later. So if it's later, I'll be able to check it out. Maybe we'll see that in the Bethesda show. Maybe some VR, Fallout 4 VR or something on Scorpio. So right now, that's a big bzz for all three of us. And then Braun said Scorpio only one more thing, which was a bzz.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
So, but I can't believe I got 4 of my picks correct.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just, that's never happened, dude. Everything I've always said for like a prediction has always failed to come even close. So I was shocked. Well, everything kept going. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, the good part about that, and if you really think about it, is the stuff that we're saying and requesting us, even before the show last week and during the show. It's like, man, it's kind of a weird it's going to be kind of a weird E3 because I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to look forward to. I don't know what they're going to do. Obviously, we knew Scorpio was going to be there. So, with our predictions, they're kind of like those things like, man, I'd really like to see this, or man, I'd really like for this to come true. And a lot of that stuff comes based on what users would really like to see in a console that they love and from a company that they support. And that's where I think Xbox comes and shines a little bit, because they come out and they say they're listening. They're listening to what people say. They listen to what people want. That really shows with the Xbox backwards compatibility game, with the original games. Because the thing is like, it's true that there's very little people that go back and play those games. We've even stated it out, and we've even said, like, I want to play new games. But toward the end last week,
a lot of people, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, and basically what we said last week is like, it's not the point that if how much it gets used. It's the thing of, I can do it. My console lets me do this if I want. And I just like how they listen to it. And I think, Mark, you're saying you got 4 things right, and we didn't know what to say and stuff like that, but I think it just shows that maybe they're listening to what people want, and I think it's awesome. So
yeah,
they obviously didn't listen to my $2.99 request all year. But no, we'll get to that.
Told you.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the thing too is they came on. Phil Spencer said that, and I think it came out a couple days ago that like 50% or a little over 50% of Xbox gamers have done backwards compatible games.
Mm-hmm.
So like over half the people are doing it. And then they said something to the effect that every week there's a couple backward compatible games that are in the top 10, which is probably the Call of Duty games, is be my guess, because they didn't list out what it was in the article I read.
Red Dead, probably.
I think they kind of attributed that it was probably some Call of Duty going on, but still that shows like, wow, people are playing backward compatibility games on their newest console.
Yep.
And it's nice because you can, like, I've got an OG Xbox sitting here plugged in, and it really doesn't work. I think the drive is toast on it. Well, now I can, and here's the thing, and maybe we'll talk about it a little bit later. I've got a disc for Hunter the Reckoning, which is the only real game I really want to play. Will that disc be readable? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it going to be, we've made these games available, everybody's going to have to purchase them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't know. Maybe it's going to be digital only. They're going to have more info on it, but it'll be nice I can pull that Xbox out, put it back in a box, and just have one console sitting here, and I can play games from all 3 generations.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. You get to keep your games; they get to go with you. You don't have to lose them and box them up and never play them again. Or if you want to play them, I got to dust this console off. Oh, guess what? My Atari 2600. I don't even have the ability to hook it up to the TV anymore. I mean, think about it. Like your old consoles can't even hook up to these new TVs any longer.
Mm-hmm.
Get an adapter for everything.
Yeah, and if you're too young to understand why not, I'm not even go into it. Okay, but it requires a screwdriver.
Yeah.
To hook up an Atari 2600 or a NES or something, it's the originals,
Mm-hmm.
so it's nice. And I don't even know about Segas and TurboGrafx and stuff like that. So I think it's cool that they're doing this and just making it available. The games are going to look like crap, but you know what? I'll probably go buy some stuff just to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if they do put Hunter the Reckoning out there for digital, I'll buy it digitally. Absolutely, I will.
Yeah.
Or I'll put the disc in if it works, and I'll play it.
Yeah. So JD Bennett 9's asking, and he said he missed the conference. When will they be out? They just said later this year. Dawn of Time also said, I owned a PlayStation when the OG Xbox was out, so I missed out on all of them. And I'm in the same position you were, because I was a PlayStation 2 guy at the time. Like, I've told the story 100 times before I started doing this. Was, I had a PlayStation when Xbox came out, or Xbox 360 came out. I didn't buy one because I was waiting for Sony to release their console, and they came out and said $600, and I was like, see ya, Sony, and I went and bought an Xbox the next day. I was just like, I'm not spending $600 for a console. And I wanted to get into console gaming, and then I started podcasting and stuff like that. So I missed a lot of the original Xbox stuff too. So we eventually had one in my house, but it was the kids, and I never really played much. So.
And my wife and I used to play some of the old Burnout series. I think it was Burnout Revenge, the Crash mode. And like her and I would sit down and just play the original Crash mode, where I'd hand her the controller and she'd go and crash and do damage, and then hand it to me, and I would play until I beat her score, and then I'd hand it back to her, and she loved it. We had a blast, and it's like that game will probably be in that library.
I hope so.
It better be.
Yeah. I hope the original Burnout is. Oh my gosh, I'd never even thought about that, because I played those. I played that game on PlayStation. I had it there, but oh my gosh, I love the Burnout games. And people always talk about, like, we want original Burnout. We want original Burnout. Well, guess what? We can just go play the original.
We got
Burnout.
it. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. But all right. Well, we might skip over that part later, since we've already discussed it. But do you want to start? Let's start from the beginning and go down. They broke out E3 right off the bat. Came out with the Scorpio and gave it its name. It is the Xbox One X. It looks like the S but smaller. I'll tell you what, I like the look of the S. I really like the look of the X too. I think it looks sharp.
I'm glad that it's black.
Yeah, it's really sharp, and I think the black really looks nice on it. So Mark is super happy, I think, about that. So I really do like the look. It's November 7th. And the
Tuesday.
It's
Tuesday,
the
November 7th.
smallest Xbox ever. Smallest Xbox ever.
By far.
Yeah, it's
compared to the big one.
Yeah. Price is $499. So, I was telling Mark earlier, I was like, I'm a little bummed about the price. I was kind of hoping it would hit that $399 mark. But it didn't. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying let me say this. I'm not making this a negative or anything. It's not the death of the Xbox like everybody's saying, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, Brian,
I don't have to go buy one of these on November 7th, right? That's correct, right? I don't have to buy one on November 7th. I can wait a little bit, and when I'm ready to buy
the
one,
8th.
Yeah,
We'll let you buy it on the 8th.
Well, when I'm ready to buy one, it's going to go down in price a little bit. There will be a price point where I want an Xbox One X.
It'll drop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
so,
can you remove the roundtable picture just so we can see the Xbox One X? Sorry, I'm going to call it Scorpio in the feed or in the.
Yeah,
I just noticed it.
I have to remove all the images. Hold on, go on.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
But anyways, I just thought it would be nice just to have that image up there so people can see it if they haven't seen it.
I think I can move it over.
There we go
for you.
It looks fine.
All right.
But yes, $499, and that's the price I called. That's what I figured it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see people hating and it's the death of Microsoft and it's stupid. Blah, blah. Guys, it warrants the price. The original Xbox was this price. So it really isn't going up in price. It's the same price as a console was released 4 years ago.
Yeah. 3 years ago.
Sony's current top is $400. So, and this thing smokes it. And you don't have to buy it. It's not, the thing too is this isn't like the only console. They're still planning for the S to be their main console that's going to be released. So you don't have to buy the 4K TV. You don't have to buy the Scorpio. It's there as an option. And that's what it's like. People always complain, I want this option. Then they give it to you and then they complain about it. Yeah. It's like, you don't have to buy it. Like Bron's saying, Bron, you stayed on a 360. Rob and I had Xbox Ones day one. Mm-hmm. I think you were we were a year into it before you bought your one.
Yeah, because $499, I mean, a $499 price point, and it's not what you get for the $499. It's literally the $499 price point. It's a $500. There's 1,000 things that I could use for $499. I think when I bought when I bought mine, mine was $449, but it came with like 3 games and a bunch of stuff. I got it on sale and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't it's not what you get and stuff like that. It's just, yes, but I was about, I don't think it was a full year. I think it was like 8 months or something like that into it to do that. But, you know, somebody also mentioned in chat, which would be good, is if they have a trade-in program. Because I'll tell you what, I have an Xbox One S and I have an old Xbox. If it's a trade-in program, no matter what you trade in, you get $100 off or something like that. I will take my original Xbox. I will get myself one for $399. I'll give my S to my son, and then I'll take my X. You know what I mean? Like I think that's another thing to think about, is if they have a trade up or a trade-in program to knock that price down a little bit. But I mean, what did the PlayStation 4?
Buddies at GameStop will have a return. I'm sure they'll take them in. Give you $20 for your console.
Yeah. And then it'll cost you for like half an hour trying to get you to sign up for stuff.
Right. So, but yeah, $4.99 is the price on it.
Okay.
And then Forza Motorsport 7, you know, obviously exclusive Windows 10 as well. It's coming out October 3rd, so it's actually coming out ahead of the X. But it's a, you know, if you buy it, you own it on everything. You can play it on anything that you want.
And you'll get the the Scorpio update for free.
Yep. So, absolutely. After Forza was, he mentioned that there would be 42 games on stage, 22 console exclusivity. We'll go over that here in a second. But I want to say something, because actually somebody was saying this was the most boring, uninspired, disappointing press conference ever. I'm even more disinterested in gaming this fall than before the press conference. Phil has completely failed gamers. He needs to be replaced with Adam Boyes, or at this point, beg Don Patrick to come back. Lethal, I would have to absolutely disagree with you in that one. So,
Lethal, I said he's just trolling.
Yeah.
Come on, Don Patrick destroyed the Xbox community, and that's where all the hate came from, was because of him.
Yeah,
Phil was reviving it.
Yeah, Lethal. I mean, I guess it was something like where you wanted to see Gears, and you wanted to see Halo, and you wanted to see Call of Duty, and you wanted to see the same 5 things that they show every year. Then
Which
yes,
is what Microsoft got a complaint about last year.
Yeah, they got bashed for doing it all the time. So I mean, I know even on Mark's side, I think you wanted to see more Crackdown. You wanted to see Crackdown gameplay. I mean, if it's stuff like that, Lethal, that you're upset that they didn't show that, like, hey, I agree with you on that. But I wouldn't say I'd be disinterested in games because of this press conference, because for an entire 1 or 2 years, all Microsoft's been bashed for was not having the types of games that they showed today. So what do? They show them, and then they get bashed for showing games like they've been bashed for the entire time of not having. So it's always a lose-lose.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
I will agree with one thing with Lethal that he said. I also felt uninspired. I felt this was the most disappointing E3 for Microsoft since all the Kinect garbage, the one where they spent like the whole show on Kinect and people waving their arms around. You know, I really was, and it was game after game after game, and everything looked great. But this list of games is like, I mean, honestly, when I looked at this, there's 2 games that I have interest in.
Yeah, I think I have 3 games I'm interested in. It was underwhelming. I'm just saying I'm not least. I don't want to make
3. I'll take 3. Yeah. You know, so yeah, the most of the stuff didn't appeal to me, but a lot of stuff, even stuff that like the next game you're going to mention, when it first came out, I was like, ooh, this looks good. And then I saw what it was, and I was like, oh, forget that, because I hate that series. And I should have caught on right at the very beginning, but for some reason I thought it was a different game. I was thinking it was something else, but yeah, it was underwhelming. And I feel like, you know, at the end of it, I really was like, playing with my new toy, which is going to go in the garbage. I got a freaking VR headset for my phone, and that's going to go in the trash because that was a waste of money. VR sucks.
Eh.
Yeah, so I agree with them there. But to bring Don Matrick back, come on,
Yeah.
dude, you're high.
It was underwhelming. I don't want to make it lethal. I don't want to say that you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. I'm just
I'll say he's
disagreeing.
wrong.
I'm just disagreeing that it was like, that bad. Like, the way you made it sound in your comment was that Microsoft's in trouble. They should just pack their crap up and leave. I don't think it's like that. And as far as Don Matrick, like we like some of the things that the Xbox had, but unfortunately you had the people that spoke up, the vocal few, like I like to call them. Yeah, like the vocal few saying, "Oh, we don't want always online. We don't want this. We don't want that." So they're just like, "Fine, we're not going to give it to you. You don't want it. We're not going to give it to you." They went too much into the TV stuff, and I think right now we're coming back to the gaming side. But like if we'll rate it or whatever here in a little bit. But the 42 games on stage, 22 console exclusivity. That's a little misleading. If you guys noticed when they were doing it, they would say exclusive. That's why we kind of played that sound bit at the very beginning. They just said exclusive, and you had to read the text. And either it would say Xbox exclusive, or it'd say console exclusive, or it'd say console launch exclusive. I think there was 3 different ones.
I thought it was just console exclusive or console launch exclusive. So the difference there is, and that's the thing. I think did they say there was 22 exclusives?
Phil filled it.
Okay.
Yeah, filled it on stage.
And I'm going to call Phil out for that. And I think Phil is fantastic, but I'm calling crap on that one. And because it's not. To me, when you say something's exclusive, that means it's only on your platform. Right. Now, in the Windows world, I get, and I can agree that Windows 10 and Xbox, that's still an exclusive because it's still on a Microsoft platform. And it's still a console exclusive because it's only, it's not on Sony or Nintendo's consoles. But when you say stuff that is like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, they come out and they're like exclusive. That's why we played that audio clip at the beginning of the show, because they were using that for almost every game that they showed today. But then in the print at the bottom, it would say console launch exclusive, which means when the game launches on console, it will launch first on Xbox. Sony could have it a week later. We don't know. Right. And they're still saying it's exclusive. So I didn't like that. And I think they're going to get hammered for that. I do think that will bite them in the rear. And I think it was a bad PR mistake.
Yeah, it's better if they would have just came, because I was watching some of the IGN post show afterwards, and Ryan, he goes, that's just the new term for timed exclusive. And then once they figure out like what this means, then they'll come up with some other term that means that term, which then means timed exclusive. Like, I'd rather just them come out and say timed exclusive, or just not say it at all. Like, just keep it that way. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it, because, Xbox doesn't have any exclusives. Well, no, they have 22. In some fashion, they have 22 exclusives. But, yeah, so a lot of games on there.
I think in reality, we checked it. I think it was 7.
Yeah,
By my terms, it's 7.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, or Gunny, that's a good point. Or they just say listed first on Xbox. I mean, that would have been better. It's more straightforward. Yeah, straightforward, and because there could be some blowback for that. Unless it's just like maybe they have a deal and things aren't sealed up yet for it. That one of those things. Like, it may be timed, it may not. We're not sure yet.
They're trying to market exclude. They're trying to 22 exclusive. That's what they want in the news. That's what they want all over. Oh, there's so many exclusives, and in reality, it's not. That's why I think it's going to bite them.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. Here's a good example. So Sony's messaging is solid. Not really. Okay. So Sony does the same thing. Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? Everybody thinks it's on Sony or just on PlayStation. It's not. They're not as straightforward as everybody thinks it is. 4K. Sony has true 4K. No, they don't. They have their made up 4K. It's fake 4K. So no, they don't have straightforward. All companies do it. But one thing I was going to say is for
all marketing.
Yeah, for this console launch exclusive type thing is if I'm a developer and I'm developing this game and I'm writing something and it's in 4K and it runs at 60 frames a second, it looks beautiful on Xbox and it looks great. But I as a developer want to make as much money as possible, so I'm going to release it on both consoles. And if I go over to the other console and I'm like, hey, I have this game, it's 4K, it's this and this and this, and it's like, but I can't get it to run at 60 frames a second. And they're like, well, then you need to make it 60 frames 1080p or 4K 30 frames a second, and you need to do that on the Xbox too. And then at that point, I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to do that. And so maybe, we never know what the whole licensing and stuff like that. So, but yeah. But the messaging was definitely fuzzy and just like anything else. And I think that's what Ryan was saying on the post show is like, well, once people figure out this means timed exclusive or this or that, they'll just come up with another word. So, all right. The first game they showed was Metro Exodus. It's going to be coming in 2018. I haven't played any of the Metro games. Have you guys played any of the Metro games?
I played a little bit of the first.
Okay.
I did too, and I just didn't like it.
Okay. Looks very Doomish, I guess, like Doom. My friend messaged me and goes, holy crap, I can't wait, because he's played the other ones, and he loves them. So he's like, he says I have to play them. Yeah, so.
And they're super cheap on sale usually, often bundled together with Last Light and 2033.
Yeah.
But this,
I bought
Exodus,
both of them for like $7 and started playing the first one, and I was like, I remember playing this before and I didn't like it. There was something about it I just didn't care for, and I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, this game does look amazing.
It's incredible.
I'll be skipping it
right.
just because of what the title it is.
Yeah. So, but it's 2018. The next one we saw after that was Assassin's Creed Origins. I like the Assassin's Creed games. I didn't play the most recent one, but this is one I'll be picking up as well. It looked pretty. So
they're going back to Egypt.
Yes, they're in Egypt. Yep.
The game did look really, really good.
Yes, it did. Yep.
I like the bird mode that they have, where basically it's, I guess the bird is an Egyptian version of a drone.
Yeah. It'd be funny if it could poop on people.
You're a bird drone.
Yep. But looks good. I like some of the different. So in my opinion, it's nice that they took a break and they came back, because I like the one where the guy comes up, he like stabs him and then he throws the knife in the guy's back. So like there's going to be like different multi takedowns. It looks like it's going to be fun. So after that, we just mentioned PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It's a console launch exclusive.
This is huge, guys. And I would really want to know how long this exclusive is. But if this is a lengthy one, this actually is a huge win for Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I don't know, have you guys dude, I don't know what it is. I'm like addicted to this is the first time I've ever like really put time into Twitch and I watch people play this game. It's like I'm fascinated by it. I really, it's like I want to play this game, but I don't think I'd be any good at it. And I'm not going to get it on the PC because I would really suck with mouse and keyboard. But coming to the Xbox, I'm going to have to get this game. It's just, I watch it. I put it on one of my screens and I'll watch it all day while I'm at work.
Yeah. I'll be picking it up. I have it on PC already. The one thing I was wondering about if it was I was hoping they would say it's out right now, because what I think is it'll be out for as long as it's in preview. Early access, if you want to say that, because Microsoft does have the early access games.
Dude, and if every one of these console launch exclusives are actually early access, oh man,
Oh, that's bad news too. That would be
that's
bad.
lame.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I agree.
Because
I agree.
then the retail release launches day and date on both consoles. Then again they're gonna get nailed on this.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to be called out for that. I'm sorry. that's dirty. But after PlayerUnknown. So one real quick thing. Does everybody know about the pan? Everybody? Wing probably knows about the pan.
Oh,
The what?
The pan in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. There's a pan, frying pan.
Oh yeah.
So like frying pan, you can hit somebody with it until you find a gun. But the thing is then if you find a frying pan, you can put it on your back, like to cover your butt, and people will shoot it and it'll ting off the frying pan. It's kind of like a piece of armor, right? And it's this whole thing of like when they first could do that, people were always trying to find frying pans because the big things like the pan for the win, like the pan is number one. And watching that thing on Xbox where the guy runs up at the end and a guy in a ghillie suit gets up and he's got a frying pan and just beats him in the back of the head with it and kills him.
Yeah.
I laughed my rear end off. I was just like, pan for the win. So
yes. That was funny.
Yeah, it was really good. I really like that. That was a nice touch. So after that was Deep Rock Galactic console launch exclusive. Not real sure what to get out of that game. It's what are those type of games called? Where you're digging, like you dig. Do you guys know what
Yeah, they were digging like they were underground, and there was a team of them, and they were digging, and then all of a sudden they broke through, and like all these like little spider things came at them, and they were trying to shoot at them, and they were getting overwhelmed. But the game I was just like,
yeah,
it's kind of like a cross between. Oh, what was that one game with that girl and the orbs? I can't remember the name. It was $40 when it came out. Then it dropped immediately. There was like the dog and the robot, where you had those like orbs that powered them.
Oh, Recore.
Yeah, Recore. So to me, it reminds me of like a cross between Boulder Dash and Recore. With some kind of team element in there of dwarves.
I'm not seeing the Recore connection, but
no, just all those creatures coming out from all directions.
Man, I'm trying to think of the type of oh my gosh, not roguelike games, because roguelike games are where if you die you come back and your stuff's there and you either come back more powerful or whatever. Spelunky type games where you dig. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Sure.
But so that's what that is. I didn't catch some of these things. I did, guys. The text was going by and they were flipping screens and stuff. I couldn't get all the dates. I don't know when that one.
I saw very few release dates.
Yeah.
I only saw a few I don't think this one had one. Most of the stuff didn't have a date, which I didn't like. It's like they're copying Sony from last year.
Well, that's because
half this stuff could come out in 2021.
Yeah, but the thing is Sony won last year by just showing games. They
win every year.
All right.
They already won this year before they even went on stage. So
all they gotta do is a price drop and they win. So the next game after that, I was kind of joking around by that, by the way. State of Decay 2. It is an exclusive.
Exclusive.
Yes, I believe that is exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. In the spring of 2018. So, Rob, I know we mentioned about State of Decay 2. We were like, okay, it's got to be coming out. It's spring of 2018. The Darwin Project. This here looks like it's a Battlegrounds type of game. I think this game is going to be heavy into the Mixer integration with their streaming and stuff, because they kind of came out and were they had like a shoutcaster out there doing it, and it's a last man standing type of thing. And when I say Darwin, it's like, win is capitalized for like winning, things like that. So, looked interesting. I'm curious if it's going to be one of those free to play type of games where, you buy microtransactions or something like that. But it was very, very little in there. I did not see a date on that one either. And if you guys want to chime in on anything, you can stop me anytime. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of go through this. Minecraft.
You took the Darwin project. Did you mention that one had Mixer integration?
Well, that's what I mean. I think it's their big Mixer,
Okay.
tie-in and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Minecraft. So this summer they're uniting Minecraft through Xbox Live. They mentioned consoles, and that was plural. PC server, like everything. So Minecraft, you're going to be able to play with other people regardless of what you're playing on. And the way I take this includes PlayStation. So that's pretty neat. Coming this fall.
You said mobile, VR, Win 10, PC, and consoles.
Yes, consoles was plural for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I know Minecraft's a huge game, but then coming this fall is the super duper graphics pack, which is a 4K version of Minecraft. Now, of course, that'll be free. I think it's free on Xbox, Xbox One X, and maybe PC. I'm not sure, but I think that's the only ones that are going to be able to run it anyways.
4K up, the 4K 8-bit upgrade.
Yeah. Look at these 4K bits.
They showed it, and I'm like, it looks the same, except that's quite a nice sunset.
Yeah. Well, of course,
the sunset was beautiful, but all the blocks are still 8-bit.
Yeah. Were you watching on your TV through your Xbox though, Mark?
Originally I was late because I was at church, but I got home and I got a 4K TV that has the 4K YouTube app built in.
Right.
So that's where I started to watch it, and then that just kept like buffering. So I finally switched over to the Xbox and watched it on the actual Xbox event app or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Xbox Live events, probably.
Yep. Well, and you could watch it through.
Yeah,
you could watch it through Mixer, but it was streaming 4K. But
wait,
so yeah,
you could watch it through Mixer.
Yes, I did. That's where I watched it from.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought that the whole Mixer thing was like a big old fail.
I was watching it there. I saw where people were having trouble getting into it or whatever, but
I think there was a problem people getting on because it even said on the screen several times, if you couldn't get on the Mixer, don't worry, they're going to do some giveaways throughout the week.
Oh, okay.
So I think there was issues with people not being able to get on Mixer.
Yeah,
because I was trying to get on my phone probably for like 15 minutes prior because I was in the car and driving home and couldn't. I mean, absolutely couldn't. It kept dumping and, saying it couldn't get on. Once in a while I got in, but you really couldn't see anything. And then once I got home, I watched it on my console and I still had the phone because I was trying to get in through there because I wasn't convinced that I was watching it through Mixer on the Xbox because I wanted to get the free stuff.
Right.
Whatever that pot is thing that they're giving away.
Yeah, I think Gunny Chief actually got Rare Replay.
Nice.
For free from those guys.
Oh, takes some out of our drawing for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So.
Yeah, but I was trying to get in on my phone even during the whole thing, and I couldn't at all. So maybe it was just the Android integration that was busted. I don't know.
So, but back to the uniting Minecraft. I do recall in the video, I do remember seeing a Switch. They showed like all these different consoles. Someone in the chat said they saw a PS4. I couldn't tell if there was a Sony console in there, but I remember going, "Hey, there's a Nintendo Switch right there." It was actually in the video. So, and then they were like, "We're reuniting all these." So even on the Switch, you'll be able to play. So I know for a fact that Switch players can play against Xbox players or PC players. And I would imagine Sony. So we go back and maybe watch that video. and maybe checking a little closer on that part, see if we see, because there was like you could see phones in the background and other stuff, computers. There was like a console there, but I couldn't tell if that was a PlayStation or an Xbox One or what it was. So, but we can check that out later.
Right. All right.
Next.
Yep. After that, so early 2018. So we started into some Japanese things. Was Dragon Ball Fighter Z. This is one of those games I remember my kids playing. Like I think back on the original Xbox. So it's a fighting game, just like the other Dragon Ball Z games. So early 2018.
And just for the record, the next 4, I don't even remember what these were.
Okay.
I'm just this is how underwhelmed I was. I think these were all Japanese games.
Yeah, there was Black,
and it was just like it was just like so I don't even remember what they were. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
These were real quick.
Yeah, so and I'll just rattle them off. They're all console launch exclusives. Black Desert, which is early 2018, The Last Night, and The Artful Escape. So, The Artful Escape was, and then Code Vein was the other one, and that's also in 2018. So, yes, they were all pretty quick. They were right back to back to back. And I think they're just games that kind of try to fill this spot where people were saying, you don't have this Xbox, you don't have this Microsoft. So, those were to fill those areas. So, yeah. Okay, so then we had an extended unseen thing for Sea of Thieves, which is a Xbox exclusive. It is coming in early 2018. I think a lot of people were disappointed in that. Everybody wanted it this year. But they were joking around and playing with it a little bit. It's like something you have never seen before, and then they scratched out never.
Yeah.
So, and even at that, they, it was recorded and they had, commentary behind it to just kind of, not do the craziness of whatever it is. I will say that it'll be a fun game to play. I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to trying it out, for sure, playing it.
I still, with everything I've seen, I have no interest in this game still.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, I like the games where you team up and play with each other.
I do too.
So, and this one here just seems like it's just not a serious one. Like it's not serious. It's just something for you to go out and just to bull crap around with your friends. So,
Rob, did you ever go? Can't remember if you were at the LAN party at Camacho's house where we played Air Buccaneers.
I sort of remember that name.
That was a lot of fun. And to me, I keep thinking Sea of Thieves is kind of like Air Buccaneers because you had to work together to fly these hot air balloons, and you had cannons, and someone would load the cannon and someone would shoot it at the enemy's balloons, and and so I get like the premise of Sea of Thieves, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of those you just got to play to enjoy, because when I'm watching it, even today, I was just like, this just doesn't look that much fun. And the thing is, I think is if you can get 3 other friends and always play with them, then yeah, it probably can be fun because you guys are going to play certain roles. You're going to do certain things. But if you can't, but if you can't and you're stuck with randoms, I think this game's going to suck, because we all know what it's like to play with randoms online. Right, Dawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just was talking about randoms online in our Facebook group recently, and with Friday the 13th, and how people got mad at her because she wasn't playing Jason correctly. It was like her first time ever playing the game.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm like, that's not, so if that's kind of the part I have with it. It's like, yeah, these co-op games can be fun, and I love playing co-op or I like cooperative. I prefer that game style, but this type of thing, I just don't know if it's going to work, because getting your group together to always do it may not work.
Yeah. The only thing that I would say I'm interested in seeing it and trying it and giving it a shot is because everybody, like, in the media, as far as like Ryan and all those guys, they all have kind of said like it doesn't come across like it looks like it's fun, but when you play it, it's fun. Like it's fun once you get into it. So it's one of those things I really do. I think you got to try to like it.
Well, I remember when we played Air Buccaneers, I was like, what? I remember going, come on, guys, let's put in Battlefield. What are we doing with Air Buccaneers? Dude, we played Air Buccaneers for like 6 straight hours, and I didn't want to quit when we finally did.
Yeah.
And that became a main game that we play at every LAN party then on after.
Yeah.
It was just so I see that, but I worry about the co-op and what's it going to be like if is there anything you can do by yourself? But we'll see. We'll find out.
Yep. So early 2018 for that again. Tacoma. Was there a short trailer, console launch exclusive? I believe it said
10
August.
seconds.
Yeah, and I believe it said August 2nd.
Was.
Yeah, yes. August 2nd. So, after that, you had Super Lucky's Tale, which is an exclusive. That is November 7th, day and date with the X. That there is your
It's a cutesy little game.
Platformer.
Yeah, it's your platformer, Crash Bandicoot, or whatever type of thing. I think to counteract that type of game.
I really thought it was gonna when I first saw that. I don't know, it was a little fox or something. I'm like, is this a Sonic game?
Right.
I thought Sonic the very first second too.
Yeah,
and it was because
coins
because he jumped, and I was like, wait, that's not Sonic. And then
I'm
like,
is
this
Tails?
And then I thought maybe it's Conker.
Yeah.
I don't remember what character Conker was, and I was like, is this a Conker game? And then no, it was something different. But
scratch the thing I said about earlier about Sea of Thieves with them saying scratching out like the things you've never seen before. It was actually Cuphead, which was the next thing they showed. Yeah. Was when they said this game that you've never seen before, and then they scratched out it's like you have seen before is what it said.
Right.
Yeah. So Cuphead, it's coming this year.
And they didn't even show anything with that either, but all they had to give us was a release date.
Yep.
That's all anybody wants.
Which is perfect. Yeah.
Right.
So
don't waste time on it.
Yep. September 29th.
I know a lot of people are really into that game. They're really looking forward to it. I don't see the appeal. It just, it reminds you of 80-year-old cartoons, but
it's going to be a super hard platformer. So the people that like hard platformers, it's going to be there for you. Yep. Don't worry. We'll probably.
Bob. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll probably come out and we'll be like, okay, yeah, I played Assassin's Creed, I played this, and Rob's like, man, I played 18 hours of Cuphead.
Yeah,
and we know
it usually winds up opposite.
Put that on the.
Rob will be like, Shadow Complex sucks, Cuphead for the win.
I want Cuphead too.
Put that on the predictions for me, Mark.
Yeah.
Rob plays 18 hours straight of Cuphead. But.
Let me just give it to you now.
Yeah. Okay, so after that, they did Crackdown 3 with Terry Crews, which I'm a fan of. I like Terry Crews. He's a fantastic guy. They did not show any multiplayer. This was the first time you got to see any single player gameplay.
I wouldn't even call it that.
But it
was just a trailer. It was.
But it was in the form of a trailer. Yep.
Yeah, it was. I was really disappointed. I wanted 10 minutes of Crackdown, and they gave us about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the Crackdown is the same situation as Cuphead. They've showed it 3 other times at E3. They didn't show it last year, but they showed it. But this is their flagship for this fall.
You don't
probably
show anything. Yeah, this is a Cuphead. I get.
Mm-hmm.
Crackdown, if it is truly coming out, and it's the power of the Scorpio, power of the cloud, blah blah blah. I really expected to see more than a trailer. Right. That was a very short one. I really was waiting. So I'm hoping. I hope this is playable at E3. I'm hoping that we get with the Xbox daily briefings that we'll see more of Crackdown 3 because this did not get me excited for the game on what I saw.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's that was my disappointment. That was the one thing I wanted to see today, and what they showed, I was like, "What? That's it? Let me see some gameplay." So we'll probably see it throughout the week. So I'm not. Yeah, I'll give it a couple days.
Yeah, but November 7th. Next one after that.
That's gonna be an expensive day for me.
Yeah.
I already told the wife. The good thing is she thought the console was going to cost $1,000, and I was like, "Oh no, it's half of that." So
Yeah.
So now
already plus the game is only I'm at $560, so I'm not even close to $1,000. So it's good.
500 for the console. So now you have 500 to spend on the games.
Yeah. So, but there's a little trick if you guys out there, guys or gals, and you got to get this, the Xbox Scorpio past your significant other. Tell them, oh man, I'm really worried this thing's going to be $1,000, but I really want it. And then, just wait till the pre-orders come out because that's not available to pre-order yet. Probably it'll go live any day, but then you can say, oh, hey, woohoo, it's only $499.
Yeah.
You send to them, it's like, oh wow, half price, what a deal. And you just got to build it up, man. This thing's worth $1,000. This is going to be expensive, and then it doesn't sound so bad when you tell them the real price.
No, go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay. The next one after that was I think it was Ashen, ASHEN. Console launch exclusive. Didn't see any date, and actually I can't remember what this one was about. Was this the one where it's like we went like daylight came, and we went out in the daylight, or something? It was like a long trailer. I can't remember what this one was about.
I don't remember either.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I guess, comes back to where it's just like, man, it's kind of underwhelming and kind of lost my train of thought and stuff. But oh well. Life is Strange, August 31st will be episode 1.
Survival RPG.
Yeah. Well, Ashen or Life is Strange?
Ashen.
Yeah.
I was trying to get you an answer. The Ashen is a survival RPG. Oh, that's the one where like they didn't have faces.
Yeah.
It was really weird, and like they were like underground.
Oh,
they were fighting and like the light and the dark, and it was really weird. Yeah. Really weird. That's what that one was.
Okay. I mentioned Life is Strange, August 31st. It's episodic.
It's Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Oh yeah, it had a caption. I couldn't catch it quick enough.
So, because there was already a Life is Strange, I believe.
Yes.
So I don't know what this is not the same game.
It's like
a second sequel, or
But I don't know if it's a prequel or a sequel or.
Yeah, it's like you play the part of a high school girl where you can do something. I don't know if it's like you can stop time or like you can relive things, but it's supposed to be really good. And it was, I think, super cheap or Games with Gold or something like that recently.
Yeah, it was somewhere. It was on something. But, all right. After that, they showed gameplay of Wing's favorite sequel, Shadow of War.
I actually walked away.
Oh, this took forever.
When this part came on, I walked away and I started messing with my new VR headset I bought that showed up in the mail today.
The guy it was funny. It had some funny parts in it, but it's out October 10th.
That one big guy reminds me of Dax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, yeah.
He sits there, like, makes jokes and stuff.
Yeah. You remind me of like a Shrek that would curse.
Yeah.
So, but October 10th on that. After that, they showed Ori, a new Ori game. I can't remember what oh my gosh, it was like a long subtitle after that, but
that's Wind of Wisps or something like that.
Yeah. It is obviously exclusive. No date on that one. I didn't catch a date if there was one.
They didn't have one.
Yeah, they didn't have one there. So after that, they came out, talked about Xbox backwards compatibility. There's 385 games total. So later this year will be the original Xbox games. We talked about it earlier in the show. Crimson Skies is what I had listed there because that was the game where Phil Spencer said he got asked about all the time. then after that, he announced things. It was like Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon 3, Halo Wars 2, Gears of War 4, and there was one more.
Wasn't it Halo Wars 2?
Oh, I already said that one. There was one more game. I can't remember what it was. I think there was 4 games were first-party titles, and then there's over 30 titles, third-party titles that are getting, the Xbox One
Scorpio
X enhancements. So, but
it's called Scorpio.
Yeah, Scorpio enhancements. You're getting them all, so you're getting them. But I couldn't remember what that last game was. But it's a first-party one, whatever one it is. So, and then they closed out the show with Anthem, which was mentioned in EA the day before. Which to me, there was 2 games in the EA conference that I'm really interested in playing. This is one of them. And this is in 2018. The other one was the one where the guys were breaking out of prison. A Way Out, or
A Way Out, yeah.
Is that what it's called? A Way Out?
A Way Out, I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, that game looks fun. I want to play that for sure. Looks very interesting to me. So, but then but Anthem is one that looks really cool. And it's funny, Mark, because you and I kind of had the same thought, but you actually said it. Is this game looks very Destiny-like, the concept-wise. I wouldn't say it probably doesn't have raids or anything like that, but it had the events and you go out with the team and do this and that. So it's going to be interesting. I'm curious on what they're going to do. And it's BioWare, so I think somebody mentioned earlier in the chat, they're like, oh, Anthem is what I wanted out of Mass Effect. But yeah, Anthem is in 2018. And I think hopefully A Way Out's 2018 as well.
Anthem's an open world third-person RPG coming in the fall of 2018. They don their exosuits that are called Javelins, each of which have different abilities. So players can take out massive enemies, fly and swim underwater, which we saw. You can team up with 4 people. And there's like a tank class, and there's all these different classes, and the game looks tremendous. And I don't know if it's a Destiny style game, but I thought I heard somewhere a while back when there was talk about BioWare's new IP that it was supposed to be kind of aimed at the Destiny style of gameplay, like they were going to go something like that. So I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
the game looks fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's is it going to have raids? Is it going to have strikes? But it does have the random events is what it looked like it had for sure. But it's an RPG where you can team up with people. I mean, you could call it, it's a genre like The Division, or it's a genre like Ghost Recon, Wildlands, or any of those things where you're grouping up with people going out and achieving a goal together. So,
right.
But that ended that. So that ended the whole thing. Obviously the big thing was the Scorpio and all of its announcements. 42 games, 22 console exclusives, but overall, Lethal Migraine said it was the worst ever. I don't agree with him, but I don't disagree with him 100% either. I think it was, in my opinion, it was underwhelming. I came out wanting to play maybe 2, 3, 4 of the games, something that's on my radar. A lot of the games, I think, are to fill those spots where people were complaining that they didn't have. And just remember, those vocal few seem to change everything for every gamer. So you got to speak louder than those vocal few.
There was a lot of games that they showed. They did a little montage.
Yes, they did.
Of stuff, and What is the one I posted about it the other day? The Strange, no, Strange Renegade or Strange. What was that? I forgot what
Brigade, the
Strange Brigade.
Brigade.
Yes.
Or something. Mm-hmm.
So that actually, which I thought was odd, it was in their ID at Xbox trailer. That's one that I have interest in, but they didn't show it. It was real brief. It was in that here's like 20 games, and that's how they showed 42 of them. They had like probably, well, maybe they only had like 10 or 15 games in that ID at Xbox trailer, but they had a whole bunch. There were some in there that I was like, I actually want to go see that trailer again.
Right.
Because there were several in there that I was like, ooh, that looks interesting. What is that? And I was fine. Thought it was odd that Strange Brigade was on the ID at Xbox because that's made by the guys that did Sniper Elite Rebellion. So I'm not sure why it's an ID at Xbox game.
I don't know.
Unless it's just they're going that route for it to be published.
I mean, it could be that, or it's the people that did that game, but they're not with that company anymore. They broke off and did their own company. I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. But that thing there, they went too fast for me to log everything. And when they started playing that and showing those things, all I could think of was like, oh, since there was 42 games on stage and 22 of them were exclusive, these are the other 20. The 20 that are not exclusive. That's the way I thought of that. And I kind of tried to watch them, but I was just like, okay, they're burning through these, as fast as possible. And, the other thing is they didn't have much besides Anthem. They didn't have and Assassin's Creed. They didn't show any Call of Duties or Destiny or any of the other big AAA third-party games.
That's because Sony's got those wrapped up. Activision's in bed with Sony right now.
Oh, that's right.
So, but the Anthem is a big deal. That's an EA game.
Yep.
That they let Microsoft do the full reveal on, and show the full. I mean, the day before the EA Play, they just showed like a small teaser trailer, and they even said the full reveal will be tomorrow on the Xbox stage. So I thought that was, again, it was nice to see somebody kind of taking Microsoft's side, but yet every game they had that they showed did the quick PlayStation logo before it. But at least Microsoft got something to reveal, and it was a good game. Mm-hmm. It looks like a great game. So looks very interesting. Yeah. To me, it's kind of like almost like Titanfall-ish because you're not getting into a Titan. But when I first saw that yesterday, like you're getting into this mech suit thing, it's not much bigger than your character, but the way it was open and you're looking at it just reminded me of a Titan.
Yeah,
it's like you're Iron Man.
Same here, yeah. But
all right, cool.
All right. So good.
Well, before we do, what do you guys rate? I think we do this every year, if I recall. What do you rate it? The good and the bad. What letter grade would you give them for the Xbox conference?
Rob, you go first.
I'd have to mix this grade a little bit because overall I liked it. I liked it pretty good, so I would have to give it at least a B overall. If we're doing letter grades, B overall, it was entertaining. It went kind of long with some of those. Oh man, what's that game? Something War.
Shadow War.
Yeah, Shadow War. So that one kind of long. Sea of Thieves one kind of long. Definitely was losing a little bit of interest with those. Mm-hmm. The information about Scorpio was cool. I think that's what everybody was really looking forward to. That part, I give them 5 stars for that. But as far as what they're going to be doing in the next year, I think they did a really nice job overall. They announced what people wanted to hear. They gave people the hidden whammy of backwards compatibility with original Xbox games. And we got to see all the new stuff that's coming out. I mean, what more can you ask for?
I would say I'm mixed between the two, but I'll go with the lower one. I'm gonna say C plus. I was going to say B minus, but I think I'm gonna go to a C plus. And I think the reason why I'm gonna say that instead of the B minus is because I think they were just doing what Sony did last year, and they heard it was so awesome, just doing games. That's what they went ahead and did. And now they did that, but a lot of the games just weren't there for me. So,
but I mean, some of that is subjective because it depends on the type of games that you like.
Yeah, and right. I mean, also my grade is subjective. Me saying a C plus and somebody else saying an A, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I still think it was a good conference, but I think to me, if it was speaking to me, that's what I would give it.
Right. That's what I was asking, is what your personal grade is.
Personal.
I'm in the same boat as you. I'm struggling to really give my grade. I was thinking originally in the C range as well, but I think I'm gonna settle with a B minus. And the reason is we got the info we wanted on Scorpio. We got more information. We finally got a date on Cuphead and Crackdown, and we've got an idea of when Sea of Thieves is coming out. And they did do nothing but games. And my negativity is, again, it's kind of like most of the stuff is I had no interest in it. Usually I walk away from ET going, oh my gosh, look at the list. Like last year, bro, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 20 games I want to buy.
Right.
I look at this list of what I saw today, and there's 2.
Right.
2 games. That's it. I have no real interest in Forza 7. It's going to look great, and I'll probably get it because I bought every Forza game so far. But it's like, it's Forza. It's the same thing. It just going to look better. State of Decay I liked, but not enough that I'm going to buy State of Decay 2. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, that game, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Crackdown 3, and Anthem are the only 3 that I'm like, okay, cool. Out of everything else, I wasn't interested. So again, it's a personal thing. I'm seeing lots of A's listed in our chat.
All right.
And so again, it's just my personal thing. From what I saw, I was bored. A lot of the games I didn't care about. Yeah, some of them like, they look great, but I could care less. There were some stuff in the ID at Xbox that I want to see, so I'm gonna probably go rewatch that trailer, write some names down because it did go by pretty quick. There was a couple I wanted to see it, and then go see if I can see more trailers specifically, get some info on those games, and maybe my list will change. But overall, it was pretty underwhelming. I still think Phil's awesome. I think he's doing a great job, and I hope they make no changes despite what Lethal wants.
Yeah.
So, but it's good to hear stuff from all across the board. So
all right, community time. And for community time, so what I'm going to do right now is we're going to announce our giveaway winners, and while we're doing that, we're going to start the giveaway for Twitch. So anybody who's in here right now, I'm going to open the raffle. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit ! raffle once it starts. And let me open that now. So it is open. So if you do ! raffle, like so. Let me make sure I'm doing this right here.
Is it RAFFEL?
Yeah. You need to do it.
LE.
LE. You gotta do it together.
Oh. LE. So. Okay.
And don't put Raphael either.
Yeah. So everybody's going to go in and do that, but announce our other ones there. So.
All right. So for our Patreon. Okay. So with this in mind, some of the winners we already have selected are in the chat tonight of Twitch. If you randomly get selected in Twitch and we call your name out for one of these others, we will redraw a name from Twitch. We're not going to allow you to win 2 $60 gift cards. Sorry, but we want to be fair and hand out 3 to 3 different individuals. So for our Patreon winner, Drano85 is the winner of a $60 Xbox gift card, which Drano, I will get that to you today. Congratulations. And then on Facebook, we had 95 entries on Facebook. Dude, I'm so glad today is here because I was just like, I was getting constant updates to that. And I'm like, all right, I'm never announcing anything in Facebook again about a giveaway. And then so we did the magic random number generator, and I went down. It was number, I won't even say because someone's gonna call and go, oh, you counted incorrectly. But anyways, I counted down from the top of the list to that number, and Carbide, the angry Canadian.
Oh.
I couldn't believe Carbide won. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But I guess I can say I'm glad it wasn't those people that are saying they were going to buy Shadow of War, or what was the other game? There was another one. I was like, man, these people don't want to win, do they? But I would have still let them win. But so Carbide, I know Drano's in the States. Carbide is Canadian. It is going to be US dollars. Hopefully that you can figure out how to use that. So there we go.
Well,
and it's not rigged, guys. It's
not
rigged.
I was going to say, they're going to say it's rigged until they might see their name pop up, and then they'll be like, okay, it's not rigged. But we'll see. All right, let me close this. I'm closing. Everybody got in? Everybody's in. Let me give it like 5 more seconds.
Yeah, on the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Get your raffle in now because he's going to close it.
Yep. I think everybody's
in. Fake news, he says.
Yeah. So, all right, let me close this out. We're closing it.
Right.
Close the raffle. And drawing the raffle.
Does it state in there, or does it just show you on your
end? It will. I am announcing the winner in chat right now.
Oh, now I know it is rigged. I think they're right.
Yeah. So
Brentley 524.
Brentley 524 won the raffle.
All right. So I'm gonna put his name in my notes here.
Yep.
All right. 524. Okay, so I will. You guys look for. I gotta go buy them and get the codes and stuff, but I will have them tonight. After I get the show posted, I'll get you guys out your $60 Xbox gift card codes to they'll be sent to you over Xbox Live. So look for a message from me this evening. And congratulations, everybody. And I just wanted to say too, this is because you guys are patrons. You guys are donating money to us. You guys are using our Amazon affiliate link. This is your money going back to you guys. We didn't pay ourselves here, so we're just giving it right back to you. So as long as you guys keep doing that stuff, we're going to just keep giving it back to you. So we appreciate the support.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. So we have a couple voicemails and a couple emails, which we'll do those real quick because there's no real new releases, and I think we're cutting short on time. I think we're getting close. So we'll do all the normal things next week, but let's do our voicemails and emails. So to do this, if you go to thisxboxlife.com, you can click on voicemail section on the right hand side, or record yourself on your phone or anything in MP3 format, and you can email it to us, contact@thisxboxlife.com. But if you follow the voicemail, it comes to us, or you can email it. As far as emails, you can go to thisxboxlife.com, click contact us, and fill out a form, or again, email contact@thisxboxlife.com. So, Catflap, 1970. Here is his voicemail.
Good morning, gentlemen. Catflap 1970 here from the sunny UK. E3, I would imagine, would have happened by now, I think. Yeah, you guys, I'm the same, actually. Some of the games are not inspiring me to play them a lot at the moment. I seem to be bouncing around from game to game. and lost a little bit of enthusiasm. But there you go. Life is nothing but circles. I really hope they don't get the price point of the Xbox One. What's it called? Scorpio thing, whatever the hell it's called, the new one. If they get the price wrong, it's going to flop. And I've been considering myself to actually extend out. I was going to buy one, but I'm going to extend it out probably about 8 months and let the price just drop to an affordable price that will be worth the value of the box. Anyway, gentlemen, good show. Carry on. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't think $4.99 is shocking anybody. I think a lot of people want cheaper. And like including myself, like I said, I was a little disappointed, but I mean, who doesn't want things cheaper? I don't think anybody was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to go spend $800." No, nobody says that.
If you want cheaper, you buy the S.
Right. Well, I mean, okay, yeah, on November 7th.
You can't get the Ferrari when you're buying the Prius. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
The Ferrari deserves the price.
Right. Well, no,
you know?
and what
and that's the thing. I think, I've been saying this all along, guys. It's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be free. They're not going to give it away. They're not. Microsoft is making money. They're comfortable with letting Sony have it. They're giving us an option that Sony doesn't. I want to say one thing here. The Xbox Scorpio is unlocked. Developers can develop. So when they release a game, they are allowed to have a better performing, better looking game on that Scorpio than the Xbox One. On the PS4 Pro, that is not the case. Right. That is locked. The games that put on the Pro have to be identical on the PS4. So that means the money you spent for the Pro was wasted because you will not get any benefit unless it can look that way, run that way on the PS4, on the base one. They've locked it down and they've made it no point to upgrade, but everybody's buying it and everybody's fine with it. Mm-hmm. The mindset of people thinking Sony can do no wrong when they're screwing you up the back end every time you turn around, and everybody's just like, okay, I'm cool with that. Microsoft is giving us options. They don't expect us to sell like gangbusters. They're expecting the S to be the big seller, and that's fine. If you don't want the Ferrari, you can't afford it, you buy the S, you buy the Prius. And guess what? The cool thing is they both run down the same road. You're still seeing the same scenery. One of them's just going to go a little faster, right?
Yeah.
It's no different. And if this thing warrants a bigger price, when you look at what it can do, this is a fair price.
And so, the other thing too, Mark, to kind of support you in what you're saying is that, every device or piece of electronics or anything like that always has a starting price.
Right.
And if you think $4.99 is too much, then guess what? You don't buy it on day one. You wait. And that's what Cat Flap was saying. He's like, I'll wait about 8 months. And that's the thing. Is
it will drop.
And it'll drop. It'll drop into that price range where you're comfortable. And that's the thing. Is if you're so upset, like I'm not upset it's $4.99. That doesn't bother me. I'll wait till it hits my price. And I even said and we don't know about trade-in programs and stuff. Maybe a trade-in program helps get it down to something that I want to spend right now versus waiting. You know what I mean? But if it's like I have to have it, guess what? I pay $4.99 for it. Right. But if it's something where I'm willing to wait, then good. I wait. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's not a failure.
From the looks of stuff, you're not going to miss out that much. We saw those screens like, here's the difference and it's going to be so minor. Mm-hmm. It really, it's there for those that want it.
Right.
Who got to have the bleeding edge, the best possible. All I'm hoping to get out of it is that the freaking thing works. Dude, I'm about ready to throw my S through a freaking.
Still having trouble, huh?
Dude, oh my gosh, it's unbelievably. I even have turned it so it's like it powers off completely. So I have to let it boot up all the time, right? And go through the whole boot up cycle. The thing is still so unresponsive and so it's just terrible. Something's wrong. I don't know what the deal is. So, I can't wait to get the replacement for it. But I hope it works better. That's all I can say. But,
Yeah, and the one thing like Mark, you'll benefit. You have a more immediate benefit because you also have a 4K TV. I do
Right.
not have a 4K TV. The one cool thing and the one benefit, if you look at it, and this might be for those Sony people who just have to or strive to hate on Xbox, is and one thing to look at it on my end is like, well, if I don't want to have to get it, I don't go get it, and also I don't feel like I'm left behind. And Sony might feel, with the Pro and stuff, like those people don't feel left behind because it's not such a massive jump. You're not getting left behind. But I will say that once those Scorpio only games do start to roll out in a couple years, that's when it's like, yeah, okay, I better go out and snag one because in
at
my
that point,
yeah,
the console will be so cheap that it won't matter.
And I don't say they do it ASAP, but I think in 2018 they start showing games in 2019 that are Scorpio early, like early 2019. 2 years. You get 2 years before I think Scorpio just takes the lead and runs with it. And I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. So, I don't want to hold as powerful that console is and as awesome as it looks and stuff. Me personally, I don't want myself holding back as a consumer, holding back something like they feel like they have to, keep me in the loop. You know what I mean? Because I just think that's crappy. But all right.
Looks like
emails.
15
Rob.
minutes for Bethesda, so we need to wrap this up.
Go, Rob. Go. Go, Rob. Go. Go, Rob. Go.
Okay, got an email from Angry Apples. PH managed to listen to the show, and this morning at work, some interesting thoughts regarding the E3 predictions. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Very chuffed to win the draw. Likely target for the Amazon voucher is Hot Wheels DLC for Forza Horizon 3 and some spare rechargeable batteries for the Xbox One controllers. When buying my Scorpio from Amazon, I'll make sure to use this Xbox Life affiliates link and hopefully put some back in the pot for the next lucky winner. Have a great week. Enjoy the E3 hype train.
So Angry Apples is the one who won last week's UK drawing.
Yeah.
The Amazon drawing. Cool. Thank you.
Then we got one from Kongan, 1973. Hello, Kongan, 1973 here. I want to donate 3 game codes for Xbox 360 backwards compatibility games to the show. Then he sent us the codes. Hope you and your viewers and listeners get a great E3. Best regards, Teddy.
Yep. So here's the 3 codes. I'm going to paste them in chat. If you have the game already, obviously don't take it. If you have no interest in it, don't take it. As I'm pasting it, Rob, you're going to read it for the people that are listening. And obviously they can still try to take it if they want.
Wait, so you want me to read the codes?
Yep. You read them, I'll paste them. Yep.
Okay. All right. First one is Just Cause 2. And the code is M97Q6 XYRQ9 FXJH7 9V6D2 Q4MCZ. Next up is Rainbow Six Vegas. Ready, Brian?
Yep, I pasted them all. You're good.
All right. Okay, TV TQC WQQVG 6Q2HV 2GK2W 3GVTZ. And then last up is Rainbow Six Vegas 2 CVGF7 CJ7JF 94 CCH RWQCY K639Z.
All right.
That was the last of it.
Cool. Well, thank you for the codes. We greatly appreciate it. And I know the group likes it as well. So, other than that, we're done for the night. We're going to catch Bethesda. We're running low on time. I couldn't find what games are coming out this week because they didn't post it. I don't know if they have anything really coming out. And obviously next week we'll have more information on E3 and what we find out through the week. So, you guys cool with that?
Yep.
Yep, sounds good.
Well, thank you
I gotta
for
go buy
enjoying.
some Xbox gift cards, anyways.
Yeah. So thanks for enjoying exclusive, the podcast this week. So, and thanks for whoever came out, and congratulations to all the winners, guys. I love you. You're great. I'm out of here. I'm Brun, BJ Swick 33.
And I'm Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody.
And I'm Mark, AK Wingman 709, taking off.